Welcome to Louisiana Pathways. This is Yolanda Hendricks. I work at Louisiana Pathways as the CDA Scholarship Specialist. We all know that childcare is vital to our state's workforce and overall economy. Our entire staff appreciates your commitment to early childhood education. So thank you for all you do. Along with our gratitude for committed childcare staff, we gladly process the Director and Staff School Readiness Tax Credits. We want you to be able to put the tax credit into effect, and so to better assist you, today we talk about the eligibility for using the School Readiness Tax Credit. By the end of this tutorial, you will know exactly who's eligible or qualified to use the SRTC form. At the end of every January, Louisiana Pathways mails thousands of SRTC forms to tax credit eligible members. But some people may not be able to use the form even though they receive one. This letter, which is pictured here, is mailed along with the SRTC form and explains the 3 requirements that are necessary for someone to be able to use the form and claim the School Readiness Tax Credit when filing taxes with the state of Louisiana. Here to explain the 3 requirements is Jenny Cowan, Program Coordinator for Louisiana Pathways.
Thanks, Yolanda. Okay. As you mentioned, thousands of school readiness tax credit forms are mailed each year. But according to the letter, not everyone can actually use these forms. There are multiple requirements that must be met in order to use the tax forms. The information in the letter and instructions that accompany the tax forms will help you and your employer determine if you meet all requirements for tax credit eligibility. 3 things must be in order for a person to use the form when filing one's taxes with the state of Louisiana.
This letter explains who is eligible, but there has been some confusion about the wording in the letter. Phrases like working in a program, unified rating system, and demonstrated evidence. Let's break this down, okay?
Yes. Well, the first paragraph reads, effective in 2008, the Louisiana legislature approved the School Readiness Tax Credit to support parents, providers, and those working in programs participating in the Louisiana Quality Start Childcare Rating System, now called the Unified Rating System. According to our records, you may be eligible for the Childcare Director and Staff Member Credit based upon your training and education, experience, and professional service to the childcare field. Well, first, let's recognize the word programs, which refers to licensed childcare centers. This tax credit is for those who work in Type 3 licensed programs that are authorized to accept some form of public funding to serve in-need children. So at this point, Type 1 and Type 2 licensed centers and their staff are not eligible for the School Readiness Tax Credit. We may have members from those centers that get tax forms and they cannot use them. Second, that program, which we all call centers, must participate in the Unified Rating System. This system gives the center its star rating each year. And third, receiving the School Readiness Tax Credit form from Pathways only confirms tax credit eligible levels have been met by the end of the year for each individual receiving them and indicates that you may be eligible to claim the credit.
So if a person is not automatically eligible for the tax credit because they receive the SRTC form, then how do they know if they can claim the tax credit?
Well, in the second paragraph of this letter, we wrote in bold how to meet the 3 requirements.
So, to use the SRTC form to claim a credit with your state taxes, you must be employed at a Type 3 childcare center with a star rating on July 1st of that year and worked for at least 6 months at that same center for an average of 30 hours a week. Seems clear enough. Now, what about the star rating? How does someone find out if their childcare center has a star, or what star is given to their center?
Good question. In the instructions, you can find a specific link that'll take you right to the list, but you can also go to Louisiana Believes website. So just Google Louisiana Believes, and you can find the Department of Education's website, and then use the search bar in the top right-hand corner. You can type the acronym SRTC, then select the top link of the options that come up. Then scroll to the bottom left-hand side of the page. This is going to take you to the part of the library which includes all of the School Readiness Tax Credit information. From here, you can find the School Readiness Tax Credit Center Star Level list. They're all listed by year, so select the appropriate year, and then that's going to download a spreadsheet in which you can open. Sometimes you need to maximize the spreadsheet. Once it opens, you'll need to click on Enable Editing so that you can use the Find feature. It has the magnifying glass at the top right-hand side. You can highlight the license number column and enter the license number to go directly to the program's row, or you can simply type the center's name. Oftentimes, though, there are more than one center with the same name, so you'll have to click Find Next and go to the next entry. Once you find your center, you can see the star rating and the dates that the star is good for. If the dates cover July 1st, even if there's just a 0 star, then your program meets the star rating requirement, and you can, as staff or director, claim your tax credit according to that criteria.
Okay, let's review. Who is eligible to use the SRTC form?
Employees who worked at a Type 3 childcare center with a star rating on July 1 of that year and worked at least 6 months at that same center during that tax year.
Good deal. Hope this clarifies eligibility and made it clear who can use the SRTC form.